So I am very happy today to have you on this call, Susie. You have been my very first coach, and also you have been the very first person I hired in my company. So, and you will always be. So this is very, very important for me. And I had the best ever experience with you. And well, can you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do, what you love in life, and what is about you.
Thank you, my dear. First of all, everybody will see she's in winter. I'm in summer. So I'm originally from Germany, but I'm in Australia right now. I'm a digital nomad traveling the world. And yeah, I work with women in online business who kind of want to do their own thing, who maybe want to do things a little bit different than what most people do or what most people might suggest to do. And I really work with people on having the confidence in finding what they want to do and how they want to do it and how much they want to charge, and really developing a business that makes you happy and makes you money. And I actually love how Laetitia has set up this interview, because she was like, oh, there's all those interviews where coaches are like, I'm the coach, here's my client, she's amazing, now hire me. And I actually love to really talk about, okay, how is this a co-creation? Yes, Laetitia got amazing results whilst working with me, but she did it. Like, what does the client do? What does the coach do? And how does working together in a relationship like that actually look like?
Yeah. And I was thinking like, this is not just, I think a company is not just working fine because of the clients or because of the person or because of the salaries or because of the coach, but this is like a huge puzzles where everything is coming here. And when I was interviewing my clients, I began with one client, and then I was thinking, but I would like to have also people who help me on my company. So I think about you, and I was like, maybe I will call Susie and I will ask if we could try to speak about the co-creation, the relationships also, because this is so important. And you have been coaching, you have been traveling a lot, you have been taking care of animals. And
Yes.
today, in the context today when we are recording this call, there is a bit of thing changing in the coaching industry. And I remember when I hired you, it was because you were always saying out loud what you were thinking, and now you still do it. So thank you for that. And what is like to be a coach like you and to do things a bit differently than the industry? Is that difficult, comfortable, uncomfortable?
I don't know about you, but I am a unicorn. You are a unicorn, like a unicorn. And I've always been a bit different. I don't know. I've never really fit into the very professional, standard marketing agency kind of corporate environment. I'm just, like a very, I don't know, everything is pink in my life, and I like animals, and I'm not really a classic 40-year-old woman. I'm like a child at heart. And I really wanted to bring that into my business. I didn't want to have this personal Susie and then business version of Susie. I'm the same. So you get what you get. You get the same version of me. So for me, it's very easy to just speak what I think. Sometimes I'm critical about things that I see in the coaching industry. But again, that's good. If you see something that you don't like how it's done, it's like, great, you found again your unicorn way on what you don't want to do. Now let's figure out how you want to do it instead.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember one day when you were coaching me, and I was like thinking for 2 or 3 days, and then I send you a message and I say, yeah, blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I remember in like 3 minutes, or I don't remember the timing, but it was so short. And you kept me on track of my own way to do things. And what is the magic? Can you explain your magic?
Well, I think the magic is I notice when people get in their head and when they're not talking from a space of heart anymore, there's just always body language, and it's like you just notice how someone talks about something. If someone comes to me and they're like, oh my god, I'm really exciting, and then we could do this, and then I could this, and I could do this, that's always, I would never say no to this, because I know they are on the right vibe with the action. So if it's not complete nonsense, I would never talk anyone out of this. But then if someone comes to me and is like, I think I should, and it starts already with I think I should, as a coach, my alarm like things are already up. They're like and honestly, I think coaching is not about telling clients what they should or they shouldn't be doing. It's about an ability to notice those things. Like when I notice Laetitia being like, I think I should, and I should take this client, but I actually wouldn't be excited about working with them, I'm like, hang on there for a moment. Stop right there and really bring the person back to what they already know. I feel like I never gave you the answers. I feel like you always had the answers on who you are, how you want to run your business, how you want to live your life. The job as a coach is just to co-create that people see it and also trust it, because I feel like sometimes we know, but we would love someone to just say, it's okay. You are allowed to do it your way. You are allowed to raise your rates. You are allowed to say no to that client. You are allowed to do what you want to do.
Yeah, you are right. And you are right, but you have also this ability to do it in a very tiny little time frame.
Yeah, I'm efficient. I don't like the blah, 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 blah for 20 hours in circles. I'm like, okay, let's get to the point here. What's the point in this whole entanglement of the brain? And just get to it right away.
Yeah, I remember even for the price, what I was thinking, and what about this, and what about this, and I remember so well. And you say, I don't understand what you are thinking for 3 days about your pricing. What is the price? And I answer the price, and you were okay. And I was like, what? Okay, okay, okay. This is the price, and
so
then
should
we
I
went
just
on.
trust it, or should I overthink it for 3 days? And we have this pattern of, okay, I can't just take my first idea and just run with it, right? I need to have like a proper thought process to come to a conclusion. And how do I calculate this? And is this too expensive? Is this too cheap? Then we get in our head, and then you can forget about it. When you're in your head, you're dead. So forget about it.
Yeah, exactly. And what is like to have a unicorn like me as a client? What what is like in the other side?
I love working with clients like you, because first of all, you never know where it goes. I don't have a like standard from A to B, and I'm going to get the client to B, and that's exactly where they're going to be, and that's exactly how it's going to look like. Because I think for freedom spirited people, that doesn't work. It's like this trying to fit clients in a box so the coach looks great because the client made a lot of money or looks fantastic or whatever. I really care about the client. Like I care about you so much, and what makes you happy and what makes you unique. And all my clients are different. They're very different in what they do. They're very similar in their kind of values. I think we all value freedom and independence and doing things our own way. We're all like the little rebels and the rule breakers in my world that are like, but can't it be easy? Can't it just be easy? And yes, it can, if you just leave the old pattern and the old environment of it has to be a certain way. It has to be hardworking. It has to be like this. It has to be in French. It has to be in English. It has to what? Who says? So I'm a big questioner. I love to question rules. I love to question standards. I'm always like, why? Why does it have to be like this? Is there another way? If you want another way, is there another way?
Yeah, and your magic at asking question, and this is what I always say, because when I was a coach before, and then I was doing marketing and coaching, and then I discovered the online business coaching industry. And for me, this online sphere is very new, because it's very new to me, but also it's new to me. And there is a lot of things about coaching that this is not coaching anymore. This is like a way of having someone nearby your business, but this is not coaching because they are not asking questions. So the fact that you love questioning everything, it's wonderful. As a client, is wonderful because you have always Susie asking the question, but why? Okay, is that okay or it's not? And
I want to know everything. Like I've also sent you this huge questionnaire at the beginning where you were like, oh my God, that was emotional work to even just get through this.
yeah,
But I
it
want to
was.
know everything. I want to know how you grew up. I want to know why you are the way you are. I want to know why you have your business. I want to know who's in your business, what's working in your business, what's not working in your business. I really, really want to know those background informations, because then if you come to me with a question, like I kind of know where it's coming from. It's a completely
Yeah.
different conversation when you ask a coach that just doesn't really know you, or you don't have a deep work relationship, and you just ask them questions. They can only give you, knowledge answers. They can't really give you like coaching about what's going on there. What's the good, where does this come from? Why? Like, why are we doing this? Sounds like not helpful. And like, I really like to know my clients, and I also like to ask the questions where they get back to the answers they already know. Sometimes I see the answer, I'm like, oh, I can already see it. You can't see it yet, but I can see it, but I'm not going to tell you. Because it just doesn't land the same way when someone comes to you and is like, you're running this pattern out of your childhood and it's not serving you. It's sometimes very easy, not very easy to receive that. And I think it's really important that you yourself find your answers. So I like to just I feel like I know where we're going with this, but she's going to get there herself.
Yeah, and this was so good because we stayed together 4 months, and in one side this is a lot, and in one another this is very short. Yeah, it depends on the time we all need, because we all need a different time frame. And I remember also like having a time where I was feeling your huge questions and answering what I wanted to answer. Oh, okay, I will put that. I will put that. And one day, one of my best friend, well, my best friend, she read my question and the answers, and she was like, "Did you pay? Did you pay someone just to answer that you are keeping saying forever, or this is a time where you have to maybe dig further?" And I am into deep conversation, into deep relationships, and your question helped me a lot also to go deep and deep and deep, and saying, well, I have a price, I have someone here, and I have to go out of my narrative and go
And
and
with
explain
that,
the things.
I remember that it was not easy for you to make that investment. You were sitting on the fence quite a bit. And then though, when we started, was the first decision you made, or the first conversation we had about pricing and pitching to a client, you signed, I think, a 10,000 euro client in 3 days or something.
Yeah. And I would never have done it without you here, without you being you. And because I remember when I did the investment, the price was everything that I had on the bank account. So I did the bank transfer or the PayPal, I don't remember. I did the bank transfer, and then I had zero on my account. And I was like, okay, then now we have to work. Okay,
Gotta be working. I'm committed. I'm all in.
Exactly. Okay, I have my hand.
You have raised your hand.
I have raised your hand. Yeah, this
You
is
did
Zoom.
you did an amazing job, really reflecting and also being smart about the investment. I also think this is fair enough. I think these days there is a lot of just invest big and you will be successful. And that's kind of the whole, I still like business owners to really think things through and to make smart decisions with who they hire, at what level do they hire, how is that going to help them. Like, I want you to not just throw your money out of the window into the most expensive, fancy coaching package out there. I really want you to understand, okay, how is this going to help me in my business? How is this going to help me in my personal life? Does this make sense? Is there going to be a potential return of investment for me? I think it's not all about the money. And I think you got so much more out of it than just the revenue and the clients.
Yes.
But I also was really proud of you that that after 5 days, you were like, okay, I made my money back. Like whatever is coming now for the next 4 months is a bonus.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember also the conversation we had about the fact that I could have not stopped, but like stop the coaching and say, well, now this is just bonus and we will see. And I remember I was having this contract signed up and I was, okay, I have my return on investment. So now I can do the deep work because because this is not a money kind of contract, but this is now we will work for the real things we need to work on. So, and I loved the position always that you had when I was doubting and I was like, do I want this? And I remember always you were saying, okay, Laetitia, but you hired me. So now you are the boss. What do you want? And this helped me a lot because I'm working with companies or business owners. And this helped me a lot as well in my own positioning and say to my clients, well, I have seen this, but now what do you want? And this position you had helped me a lot in my own position, in my own way to help my clients, because I don't do coaching, but I do a unicorn thing.
Unicorn offers. But unicorn offers, again, like you're the leader and you're like, okay, I can help you either this way or I can help you this way. But no, like you're the boss, not the client. Is like, oh, I kind of want to have it really cheap, but I also want everything. It's like, no. Hang on. There are two options here. You can either have this and you get this, or you can have this and you get this. Up to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody wanted this. Everybody understood. Okay, well, then I want the whole package. I mean, this makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And now, Susie, you have added a breathwork situation in your business. Can you talk about it?
Yes, I did a lot of mindset before, a lot of business strategy. I've discovered breathwork for myself and just noticed how much you can heal stuck trauma and really process emotions, and how important nervous system regulation is, because business can be a really nerve-wracking, in the very literal sense, a very nerve-wracking way of living life. And if you get really triggered by things that will happen, clients not paying, clients saying no one signing up for a whole month, I think it's very, very important to have tools to navigate that, because otherwise we get really frantic and really negative, and then we try to make things work and really push and be like, okay, we need the money and it's urgent, and you need to breathe. I love breath work just as an additional tool that uses the body as well, not just the head, where we're too much in the head anyway. I'm in my head a lot. I'm like thinking to solutions. But if you connect with breath work, it's connecting to intuition, connecting to body, and it's just, you'll find different answers than you would ever be able to find in your mind by just spinning your wheels in your head.
Yeah, you're right. And do you think that this will bring you totally different clients, or do you think you will use breath work into your coaching? How this will work?
I think it works together. So I will do breath work for unicorn entrepreneurs, like yeah, I think I'll use it together, because what I see is it's the same, like it's the same pain point. It's like you want to accomplish something, but you're in your own way. Okay, great. How can we get you out of your own way? It's just an additional amazing tool that uses more of it's more holistic, basically. It's like we're not just journaling and thinking about, okay, positive thoughts and confidence. It's really going another level deeper that you can't even get to with just having a conversation. Sometimes you heal stuff for a client with breath work. They don't even have to tell you about it. Like you don't even have to tell me what you went through and what you released. just the process of you going through the transformational breathwork journey is so helpful for the client. And that without talking, they didn't even tell me anything about it. It's just the process they're guiding themselves through during the journey.
Yeah, sure. And what I love in your business as well is that you have a lot of tools that you learned, but you made the tools your way as well. And I remember in the coaching experience I had, there was journaling, but there was questioning, there was one-to-one, there was like the Voxer exchange that we could have, and this like a Alibaba things. You can take a lot of tools that you have here and you offer them to the client. Is that difficult also to have? I know that I have a pattern, and I think maybe your clients have also, is that I want to do things my own way.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I lack structure because I want to do it my way. So maybe I need a bit more of structure to know what are the impactful actions and what do I want to repeat. Because sometimes you can repeat an action and it's not boring. But we have also the unicorn. We have maybe a narrative about structure, about repeating tasks, about what do you think about it?
I love structure. Unicorns and structure are not contradictory. You can have a unicorn structure. No, I get what you see. Like sometimes this whole unicorn world that we're talking about can be very airy-fairy. Like it can be very many fantastic bubbly ideas, but no execution, no results, no action taking, or action taking that's all very inspired, but not very productive. So
exactly.
I think it's very important to, be really open for inspired ideas and how you want to do things, but then also have a focus or a structure of, okay, now that we've figured out what your vision is, how you work, what your patterns are, how you're standing in your own way, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to achieve your goals? And you've done a fantastic job with that. You were like, okay, well, I want to earn this much money, but I also want to travel with my family and have time with my child. How do I do it? Okay, well, which hours do you work? That's like a very clear structure Laetitia has, so she can spend time with her family. Okay, how do we make it work with the clients? Like, how does the offer need to look like so I don't have to work all day? Like for Laetitia, it would be important that she can do her stuff in the evening when she has time for it. So no 24-hour Voxer access for clients that ask her stuff in the morning, in the afternoon. Absolutely not. Yeah, like absolutely not working for her. And that is really important. And that's, again, different for everyone, but really important that we don't just copy paste what we see other people doing, because it's like, for me, you don't have to ask me stuff in the evening. I'm a morning person. So Laetitia and me, we have a completely different structure that works best for us. And you just need to figure out what that is. And when it comes to needle moving activities, yes, it's like, okay, what gets me results? And you see that by either what got you results in the past. I've asked Laetitia a lot, like, Laetitia came to me and was like, okay, I need to do this online thing and I need to figure out how to find clients on the internet. And I was like, okay, cool. Where did you find your clients? And she was like, oh, no one from the internet. Like, oh, interesting. And so what is actually working? Where do those clients come from? How can we build on that? Can we build a referral system or whatever it is? But like, don't make it really hard on yourself by trying to do something that you have, like, that has never worked for you before. Laetitia came to me as a successful professional woman already. She was not born yesterday, like she knows her shit. Like she knows her stuff with marketing. She knows her stuff with how to help companies. And I was like, okay, awesome. Who needs this? This CEO and this CEO and this CEO and this CEO. And I was like, awesome. Can we contact those 4 CEOs? And she was like, oh, yes.
Yeah, and I remember so well that one of the first things you said was, maybe if your own current clients paid what they should pay, we would have everything figured out like now. Oh, really? Do you think that? And you are
She was like, I
yeah.
need 10 more clients. I was like, where
Mm,
would you even put 10 more clients? I don't think you have
mm,
time or space for 10 more clients. Like,
yeah.
what about the 3 clients that we have? If they actually charge, like if we actually charge them a proper, like if they actually pay for what they get, because like Laetitia was like, in my opinion, undercharging. I was like, oh my God, that's like, we can totally raise the bar here and your clients still get massive value. And they do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And they were okay, and we are still working together because I love
Yes.
working, with client. And I remember also I have something that you don't have, and I would like you to explain about it. Is that sometimes we can be also you can be a unicorn and also be vulnerable about the context we are in. So
Mm-hmm.
if the industry is doing blah, 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 maybe I should give it a try. Or maybe you even don't consider that you are doing it, but you are. And how do you do to be right in your shoes and to be like, okay, this is my way, and I am growing up in an industry, in a market, in a world, and how do you follow your path without being by the industry, the market, or the outside world?
Don't look so much, I guess. I don't look so much. I feel like there's always someone going first. I feel like, for example, Voxer is an app where you can voice message back and forth. It's like WhatsApp. And I feel like there was a time where it was new, and now I feel like every coach is doing Voxer with their clients. And I'm currently at the point where I'm like, I think I don't want to do Voxer anymore. Like I feel like everybody's doing Voxer. I think it's not individual anymore, and I feel like I'm just hanging on my phone on Voxer all day long. I'd rather
Mm.
not do it anymore. So you just always question things. Like I'm a questioner. I'm like, sometimes I see things in the industry that I really love. I'm like, oh, this is actually really cool, and this person is making a lot of money without investing a lot of time, and she's still really getting her clients impactful results. That I'm very curious to learn. That's why we hire mentors and coaches and join programs to figure out, okay, how does this, what's in there for me.
Mm.
But there's also a lot that's not for me, a lot. Like there's always more that's not for you than there is what is for you. But that's fine, because there's always the right people for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe you just navigate, you try things and then you drop things again. I've tried so many things where I was like, nah, yeah, it
Mm.
kind of works, makes money, but I don't like it.
Mm.
And then I just drop it.
Yeah, exactly. And what are your projects? You have maybe some animals caring project in Africa, and what are your projects? Because you are a traveler, and I will try your own way of traveling, because when I met you, you were for the first time in years with a house, and it was maybe a difficult situation for you to stop to stop traveling. So now what are your project of, yeah, maybe travels and
I have
animals
so many
caring?
ideas. I have always so many ideas. I have so many. My poor husband, every day I'm like, hey, this is what I'm currently planning. And it's something different every day. And he's like, always like, sometimes I'm like, okay, we could volunteer on the Mercy ship in Africa. And he's like, what's the Mercy ship in Africa? I'm like, it's a hospital ship where you volunteer and help people. Or we could go to this animal project currently I have a lot of African ideas because we haven't been in Africa for a while. But yeah. So next, I'm getting married in Thailand. I have a Bali retreat, so we're going back to Bali soon with clients, which I'm excited about. In between, I want to go on a honeymoon. I looked into the Seychelles. I looked into all kinds of things. Nobody knows yet where we're going to end up. I have so many ideas. So maybe it's going to be around the world trip honeymoon or something. I want to go back to Europe. It's been a while, and I'm currently not ready to rent or buy a house. Still, people are like, oh, when is she gonna settle down? Not happening yet. Like, I feel like I tried this year. We stayed in Sydney for 8 months and was like, no, I still want to live in Europe, and I want to go to Mexico for 6 months, and I want to run retreats in Europe, and I want to work on an alpaca farm somewhere. And I was thinking of maybe doing some work in husky sled thingy in Finland or in Sweden.
So this will be a complete gift surprise when you like pull up the red flag and you say, what is inside?
It's always, we never know where, like you could make bets where I'm going to be in 6 months. I have no idea. I don't even know which continent it's likely. It could be anywhere. But I'm really, really excited about researching projects and finding things you can do. And I've now also designed my business in a way that it's easier for me to really take time off. Like if I really want to go to Africa and not be online for a couple of months, I'm now totally capable of doing that. And that has been super important for me, because I feel like a lot of coaches who just coach every day or every week, or are on Voxer every day and every week, I wanted more flexibility. Like I want to once hike the Camino in Spain for 4 weeks, or go completely off the grid for 4 weeks, or there's still so many things I want to do like on this planet. And sometimes there's just phases where, we house it somewhere, or we stay in one place for two months, and then I work a little bit more. And then there's places, it's like times when we're fully on the road and I drag everything behind me in a backpack.
This is so perfect, because I had in mind before that when you travel, you are just a lot with your suitcase and packing and packing and packing and packing, and I hate packing and unpacking.
I hate packing too. God bless my lifestyle, but I hate packing.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember like the fact you had a way of like a luxury nomad lifestyle. It helped me a lot, because we are going to Spain in a few days, hours. I don't know even when we will go. So all my clients are, when do you make it? I don't know. We will see in a few days. And it helped me. Your experience helped me to do. Maybe we will try, because this is December and this is winter here. So we will put the van outside this project, and we will go in kind of more comfort situation. Yeah, and we will try it.
Yeah. And like I started as a backpacker when I was 31, so not the classic 19-year-old backpacker. I left Germany when I was 30 with a green backpack where everything was just stuffed in, and when you need anything, it's like you need to get everything out. And it took me not long until I was like, okay, I'm going to be a flash packer, or however you want to call it. I'm going to have a suitcase. I have a lot of books, which also makes no sense whilst you're traveling, but those are the things that are really important to me. It's a comfort, like books, journals, pens. I travel with so much paper stuff. Like I'm a whole like rolling stationery business, but those are the things that I really care about. So I don't have a lot of clothes and fancy handbags and winter stuff. I have a couple of summer t-shirts, and that's it.
Yeah, and it's I think this is like we said at the beginning, this is maybe some narrative, because as I was a backpacker before, when we went to Argentina, etc., and go to hostel and etc., and then I said to my husband, but I'm not 20 anymore.
I can't do this anymore.
We have a child now, and you know what? I'm working, and I don't want to be. No, I don't want this anymore. We have done it like for 5 or 6 years, and now I want something new. And this inspired a lot when we prepared our road trip. Well, prepared, kind of preparation, because we know the first stop and the second stop, and then we will see. So yeah, thank you for that, because it is very inspiring, and keep inspiring by what you write, because you write a lot. Keep inspiring by your action, because seeing successful coach that do animals caring, and that take time off social media, time off for yourself. I think this is breaking rules here, because in the coaching industry there is a lot about feminine blah blah blah, but in reality when you work all day long 5 days a week and you don't work on weekends, well, this is nothing
That's
new.
Still very 9 to 5, and it's actually also still very masculine.
Exactly. So thank you for that. And can you share with us the main project you or dream you would like to fill in the next months between all your projects? What is the thing you want to live for your heart?
I am really excited that tomorrow I will become an Australian citizen. I think that's huge for me. Like it's like I'm having a whole, like during the next 2 months, I'm gonna change my nationality and my last name, which I'm only gonna do once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
this is a really big time. Like I'm gonna be called different. I'm gonna have a different passport. I'm gonna identify with a different nationalities. So for me, that's a huge fresh start. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
Susie from Australia.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
I am German, but I am also
Yeah, I will not say that
Australian.
anymore. I will not
Yeah.
say that anymore. Like people ask me all the time because I have an accent. They're like, "Where are you from?" And I usually have to say, "I'm German." I will now say, "I'm Australian." I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. I am Australian with an accent.
Yeah, I will say I was born in Germany, but I'm Australian, and I'm a digital nomad and live
Oh yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah, I love this sentence. Yeah, I am Australian, but I was born in Germany. Yeah, I love it, and I am a citizen of the world. So yeah.
That's true as well. Yes.
Mm. Thank you very much, Susie, for your
Thank you, my
time.
dear.
And
I'm excited for your upcoming travels through Spain.
yeah. And my little daughter, she's very interested in the world, in every kind of stuff. And she loves do we say pharaoh? Pharaoh?
Faro. I don't know the English word. I know
Yeah.
the German.
And we are reading a lot of book and story and doing a lot of activities and reading a lot, and she's so interested in that subject. And and then I said to my husband, oh, but what about learning all this stuff directly in the country? And it was like, well, I know Egypt is a bit dangerous for children, etc., etc. And I was like, are you sure? And so we checked on the internet, and I think we can go now. It's like this is the correct timing, and the only way to think about giving to my child this kind of experience, this is not only book. I think that books are needed because there is a lot to learn about it, but saying to my child, when she wants to learn something, we go directly to the source, and we are able to offer her this kind of stuff while she's 5. I'm like, my God, what is about this life? And this is so important for me, to bring this kind of experience. And I know I can do it thanks to my work as well. So this is important because we couldn't do it without. And when we were thinking about it, and I was saying to my child, it's an expensive travel. And she says, yeah, I know, but expensive, but very interesting as well. Yes. Yes.
Yes. That's
So
the
yeah.
freedom lifestyle I want for my clients, that you can do and pay for the things that are just life-changing experiences that you will never forget, that she will
Yeah.
never forget.
Yeah, she wants. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the Seychelles, when she learned how to swim in Seychelles, this is like your Australian citizenship. Like where did you learn swimming? In your swimming pool? No, I learned into Seychelles. Like, yeah.
I'm so happy for you, Laetitia. Like, seriously, how you have developed, grown as a person, grown as a business owner, but mainly as a person during this year has been absolutely amazing to witness, and it was an absolute joy to be a part of.
Thank you very much, Susie. Enjoy your online ceremony tomorrow.
Yes.
Dress well and be
Yes.
joyful and enjoy it. And thank you very much for your time, and enjoy life.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy life
Yeah,
is the
for
happy
sure.
slogan of this.
Thank you very much, Susie. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye bye.